Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Ashutosh, and in this video we'll talk about how we can run a Spring Boot application inside a Docker container. Alright, so let's start. The first two dependencies are we need to have Docker desktop software available, and that I have shown in the previous video. Along with that, we need one sample Spring Boot project. I will provide the link in the video's description. You can download from there. If you go to github.com and you see this project, this is the list of the files that the project contains. You can download this directly from here also, or if you have a Git software, you can use Git clone for cloning this project. So this is IntelliJ IDE, and I have used this for demo purpose, the development and demo. This is the hierarchy of the project. We have controller, model, repository, and some static HTML pages along with some properties and SQL files. So we start with the model. So we have three properties: employee ID, employee name, and employee address. And then we are using Spring Data. So you can see that it extends the CRUD repository class. We have some static HTML which says that hello and the app name. This app name is getting defined in welcome controller. All right, so and this is employee controller. It has two APIs. So one is get the list of all APIs, and another one is to create an employee. All right, and for this particular project, there is a H2 database that is embedded. If you open application.properties, you will see that the Spring data source is org.h2.driver, and there are some additional properties as well. If you open data.sql, you'll see that there are some statements. So we are creating an employee table, and then we're creating a sequence so that let's say we are inserting an employee data, we are providing name and address. So automatically the employee ID will start with 1. All right. And we have also provided a Docker file. So we will talk about Docker file later. So this is the hierarchy of Spring Boot application. What I want to show you is it is very easy to run from here in the IDE. You can just launch this application using Spring Boot demo application class. Let's just run it. Right now I'm running from IDE. I'm not running in Docker because first of all, you will see the difference how we can run in the local IDE. It's very easy. But how we can run in Docker, I'll show you after this. Let's open a localhost. Okay, hello, welcome to Spring Boot demo. Alright, this is the home page, and if you want to access the H2 database, so you have to open H2 console. So you have to provide JDBC URL as test database slash test because that's what I have used in our application.properties. As you can see here, this is nothing but inside your home directory there is a folder, and inside that there is another folder, test. Let me show you. First, let us create some database, and then we'll see. What we'll do is just copy the SQL statements, okay, and go to H2 embedded. Let's say we click connect, so it is connected, and then employee table will be dropped and then created, then sequence will be created, and then show will be there. So let's run. So all the statements are run here, and as you can see, there are no employees right now. Okay, so this is a sample H2 database which is embedded. Although Spring Data can connect to any JDBC compliant sources like Oracle, MySQL, but for demo purpose, I have used H2 because it's simple, very simple to use, and doesn't require any additional configuration. All right. So on my screen, you can see this is Postman software, and using this, we'll test our API calls. Let's go to employee controller. So this is our get API call, and this is our post API call. Using this, we'll get the list of employees, and using this we'll create an employee. So let's go back to Postman GUI, and then I have already pasted some JSON data here. We need to select post, and the URL should be the localhost 8081 API employee and create employee. The drop down should be JSON, and then you click send. So let's click pretty. As you can see, when I send this data, when I call this API, I got a 201 created HTTP response and one record was inserted into the table. Let's go and see, query the table. So there is one record inserted. Let's go back to Postman, insert another. As you can see, another record is inserted. Let's go back and query. As you can see that there are two records now. All right. Now using this Postman, we'll get the list of employees. Let's see what is the, this is get all employees. Let's copy and paste all employees, and this is get call. So let's click send. So this is not required for a get call. This body is not required. You can delete that and then click send. So it will return the list of all employees. So we have two records. So all of those two records are returned here. So I showed you this Postman GUI so that I can show you how we can leverage this Postman for testing our API calls. So now we'll see how we can run everything in Docker. So we'll deploy this the whole code in Docker, and then I will deep dive into the Docker, how we can run the Docker container, and exactly the same thing I will show you. First, let me show you where the database is created. So it is C users Ashutosh, and in the test underscore database name is test.mv.db. This is the database for embedded H2. All right. So let's see how we can deploy this using Docker. So this is IntelliJ IDE, and I have stopped the application. Now let's go to the project folder, and in this folder you'll find a Docker file, and if you open that you will find that there are three lines. The hash, the lines containing the hash are the commented lines. So basically there are three commands only: from and copy and command. So from command is to pull the image from the Docker registry. This is the base image, and copy is to copy our jar file into the image at some particular location. So this is the root location, and then start the application. So if you search for this image name in Google, you will find that in the hub.docker.com this image is present. And if you go and see, these are the image layers. So a particular Docker image will have different layers. So whenever you build a Docker image, let's say you modified this line only, line number 7. So only this particular line will be rebuilt. So it avoids the recomputation of all of the layers, so that the packaging of image is fast. So if you change one particular command, only that particular layer will be changed. All right. So this is the base image, and what we are doing is we are pulling this image and we are just utilizing that to copy our jar file and start the application. This is a very simple Docker file, and for running this what you can do is start the Docker software. So let it start. So command prompt is already there. Let's type Docker. No error is coming. Docker ps to see what images are running. But still the Docker is starting, I believe. Okay, the Docker has started. So now you can see that Docker ps command will list all of the containers that are running. So currently no containers are running. I'm in the Spring Boot folder, Spring Boot project folder, where we have the Docker file. Okay. Now for, let's say that we want to build the Docker image. So what you can do is Docker build. Okay. and then you need to provide one tag name, simple Spring Boot app, and you need to give the location of the Docker file. So I'll give dot. So tag name should be in um, lowercase. So Java developers will have a habit of typing everything in camel case. So Docker build hyphen t, repository name must be lowercase. Simple. Okay, now it should build. So it is pulling that image, the base image from the Docker registry. As I told that by default it pulls the image from the Docker registry, and an image is the one which contains all of the necessary software. So in our case it is the Alpine 3.9, I believe, and it contains complete operating system and Java installed on it. So this is just one time process, so it is taking time. So once it will pull the image from the Docker registry, it will create a local copy and a local file on your hard disk. So it has completed building the Docker image. And if you want to start the Docker image, you can use Docker run and then hyphen p. And what is your target port? Let's say 8083, but our original port was on 8081. So what we do here is we give the target port colon source port, and then what image? Sample Spring Boot app. Sample Spring Boot app. Okay, so it is starting. So I'm exposing this to port number 8083. So now my application is running inside a Docker container. Let's open another command prompt and type docker ps. So you will see that one container is running, container ID, image tag, what is the command that we provided, and what are the ports that are exposed. So using this docker ps command, as we saw that we can list all of the Docker containers that are running. And now we can go to the browser and just type localhost 8083, and you'll see that our Spring Boot application is running on the port 8083 inside a Docker container. Similarly, you can access H2 console using the specified port at 8083 and then H2 console. Just make sure that the location you provide is correct, that test database and test, and then you can create tables and experiment on your own. So I have already created the table, and let's go to, now we will log into the Docker container. So as I told you that uh, the image, whatever image we just ran, that is running inside a container. And for logging into a Docker image container, we need to type docker image docker exec hyphen it and then container ID. Also we need to pass bin sh. So bin sh is the starting command, so it will give us the starting prompt, and we are right now in the root directory. So if you will type the Unix command ls space hyphen lrt, it will give you the listing of all the files. And this spring boot demo.jar is the file which we copied using the Docker file. The second line, copy this jar to root. So this is our root location and Spring Boot jar is here. If you want to see what are the processes that are running, you can type ps-ef. This is just like a Unix system you have logged in, a Linux machine actually. So Alpine 3.9, again, just a quick look here. So it is Linux 386 architecture. And you must be wondering where is the H2 database. So you press CD, you'll go to the home directory, that is a root, and then you will type ls-lrt. This is the test database that it created. Inside that, if you go, there is another the test.mv.db, sorry. So this is the database that was created. Exactly, if you try to match in our local system, it is the same, and inside the Docker container, it is the same. So now what is happening? Your Spring Boot application is running inside a Docker container, and the database is created inside the container itself. So this is how we can deploy a Spring Boot application inside a Docker container, and also you can experiment on your own. If you have any questions related to this Spring Boot application with Docker, do let me know in the comments. Or if you're facing any issue, I'll try to resolve those. I'm trying to help you guys so that you get a quick start with the Docker. Yeah, so stay tuned. There will be more videos. This is just we are running on in our local machine, but it's not like that in the industry. What we do is we build a Docker image, and that Docker image is particularly run in the generally Kubernetes or any other kind of cloud platform. You can say that orchestration platform. So in the upcoming videos, I will try to put all of the details, like how we can run the Docker image in a Kubernetes. But yeah, we'll have to wait for that. I will request you guys to please leave some comments, feedback, so I can further improve the videos. And I really request you guys to subscribe the channel so that when I put the videos, you get the latest update, and you can go through, you can learn something. And I am really glad that I will be able to help you guys. All right, thanks a lot. Signing off now, and stay safe.